There she is. I wish you could see what I see, dear Astro friends, on this Monday evening, the 26th of February. I've been looking out from my desk here at this beautifully crystal clear Libra moon sailing across the sky behind clouds. And yeah, ever so delightful and inspiring, and just a beauty to behold. Hope you had a good Virgo Pisces full moon weekend, and have been in the Virgo sense, coming back to good practices that keep you in alignment and health, wellness, wholeness, anything that makes you be a better person and work, function better, but even more so be in your temple of your own integrity, which is what Virgo is all about. Virgo is a sign of the priestess, of the sacred feminine, also of the hermit, who is self contained and takes care of business, takes care of themselves, but hopefully not to the exclusion of relationships, which is what comes up with an opposition, with a full moon, with Pisces in this sense. So basically, the theme here is the balance, again, an opposition. The full moon is the mother of oppositions, and balance is really key between openness, surrender, letting go, being chill, being relaxed from the Pisces side, adapting, and from the Virgo side, being more aware and maybe concerned if that's appropriate. Um, no extremes, everything in balance and moderation is maybe also what the Libra moon following the Virgo full moon um, inspires us to. I wrote a lot about the Virgo Libra, so I say Virgo Libra again, the Virgo Pisces full moon on my blog, and of course also in the Astro News newsletter that goes out to subscribers for every full moon and new moon. You're welcome to join the list, and I have a link to my, or I have a mention of my email address below where you can just send me a message, and I'm happy to add you to that list. If you'd like to receive Astro News, which is very comprehensive, it covers the full moon to new moon and new moon to full moon astro weather of 2 weeks, with shifts, with astrological shifts of planets, with highlights, with offers, with workshop invitations, and all that jazz. So, what's up for this week? This week is seemingly more chill after the full moon, but there's also quite a bit going on. The first piece that stands out is the 28th of February, when we have the alignment of not only Mercury and the Sun. I have to check the moon again. Really beautiful. So we have on the 28th the alignment of Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn. All three align on one day, which is super rare, right? Mercury and the Sun, they come together on Mercury retrograde. During Mercury retrograde halfway point, that's called the inferior conjunction, when Mercury is the slowest, and is no, it's not the slowest, because it's the slowest when it turns, right? When it goes into and out of retro, but it's right in the middle of retro, I should say. And that is called inferior conjunction, and that is also called the point of enlightening insight, where perhaps we realize the on a meta level, on looking at the quality of the mind, what the mind is capable of doing, and how the mind might have tricked us once again, and how to come back to mindfulness. That is in the Mercury retro phase. But now we are furthest away from the Mercury retro phases, where Mercury is the fastest and the shortest in each sign. So Mercury is really also super short, I believe just 16 days in Pisces. And on Wednesday is the day when Mercury in Pisces on its super fast track passes the Sun and also passes Saturn. And then the Sun passes Saturn. So all three align, and from originally Saturn being in front and then the Sun and Mercury, it shifts to Mercury being in front and then the Sun and then Saturn, right? So it's flips around, right? So that really shifts the whole vibes. And from the Saturn part of leading the show, running the show, there could have been more a heavy energy, a really a vibe that says, oh gosh, we're feeling overwhelmed by all these negative news and influences and toxic energies, all the stuff that is problematic about Pisces in a lower vibration that Saturn is calling out now. And now the Sun is taking over Saturn on the 28th, and that would say, okay, let's bring consciousness, light, the heart, spirit back to this and lighten it all up. And then Mercury also passes Saturn and the Sun. So Mercury again, the mind, maybe also some realizations about, from the Pisces perspective, about some paradoxes that can be possibly resolved. So maybe both of these polar opposite positions are true and need to and express deeper understanding, or also we understand more about the all sorts of themes with on the spiritual level, media, influences, and yeah, on the other hand, also Pisces is fantastic to speak and to communicate and to commune with Mercury in Pisces on many levels. Like an image says so much more than 1,000 words, right? So we don't have to be all concerned about details, right? We need to just exude and give off good energies, and that says a lot, and that can lift the some heavy energy that has taken hold lately of the whole energy field. Now, what's also going on this week is on, then we have the leap day, by the way, as you know, the 29th. That is also the tipping point is already reached on the 28th, which is the day when the Libra moon goes into Scorpio. So up to Wednesday evening, still a lot of dancing and balancing of different themes of relationships, of choices to make, weighing the different components, being concerned about fairness, equity, equilibrium, equanimity, everything, equality. All of this is very Libran, right? And often it comes down to the dance of polar opposites that attract each other, right? Even as still an extension of the full moon. So then the moon goes into Scorpio on on Wednesday evening, Wednesday at 7:09 p.m. Pacific. My times are always Pacific here, and we're still in Pacific Standard Time until the 10th of March, when we go into Daylight Savings Time, and that's also the day of the next new moon in Pisces. So back to the moon in Scorpio, moon going into Scorpio from Wednesday evening on, all day Thursday, all day Friday into Saturday morning. So the moon in Scorpio is often feared and kind of, yeah, it's kind of, some people are concerned about some deep dives that they might not be so happy to go into emotionally or with people, or they might think it's kind of spooky energy. I find the moon in Scorpio really, really helpful to go intentionally into deeper layers of emotions, of background, information, and processing, and anything that can help to um, to dive into what's usually in the shadow, what's avoided, and this is fantastic for anything psychological and so on. So the moon will be in Scorpio, as I said, until Saturday in the morning, and then the moon will go into Sagittarius all day Saturday. So from Saturday morning on, all day, then Sunday and Monday until 1:15 p.m. So the moon in Sag is usually a happy camper, a happy, adventurous energy, fantastic for the weekend to go out on adventures and maybe also really enjoying the incoming spring as the days are getting longer and we're having more time outdoors. Sagittarius loves the outdoors. Also, always interested in understanding, meaning, anything that gives direction and inspiration. And so the moon will be in Sag. And then in Capricorn, as I said, from Monday afternoon on, where the energies get more down to earth, more realistic, more grounded, maybe also a bit more serious, right? But that's also needed to see how can we implement what we know, how can we put things into practice and walk our talk. So the sun is now, by the way, still until the 29th in the first decade, first 10 degrees of Pisces, which has a Cancer undertone. So it's a lot about either emotional stuff coming up when we deal with the Pisces. So that's the Cancer side, right? So how do we feel about these things that are now coming out as bigger trends that seem to be at times overwhelming or really, yeah, waves, right? Waves and bigger trends are also Piscean. So that is, for example, AI, stuff like that. And also it can have to do with our spiritual family, literally, Pisces and Cancer. And it can have to do also with feeling at home in the spirit world, right? And belonging comes up with Cancer and all that is, and oneness, unity is a Piscean theme. So all possible combinations between these two. Then then the sun goes on the 29th into the central part of Pisces, second decade, which, because it's a water sign, has an undertone of Scorpio. So we have then the Scorpio moon and the sun in the scorpionic part of Pisces. So it's a lot about mystery, magic, depth, going deeper, processing things, and also allowing things to be washed up and out. So it's fantastic. Would be great for a cleanse, by the way, right? Great for a spring cleanse, early spring cleanse, also after the full moon, the waning moon phase, a good time for that. Anything that is like spa, cleanse, release, and letting go of maybe what has been sticky, what has been feeling bad, and you've been stuck in certain emotional places, especially. So it's good to allow things to let them take their course, run their course. That's also a Piscean thing, right? Let go, let God, forgive, but also going into mystery and magic, as I said, right? Then, yeah, so we're entering that second part this year already on the 29th, and it goes till the 10th of March, which will be also the new moon. That's when the sun then goes into the third part of Pisces, which has another Pisces undertone. But back to this week. So what else is going on besides this Sun, Mercury, Saturn piece on Wednesday? We also have on, okay, let me see when that is on Sunday, the 3rd, Venus in Aquarius will be in square with Uranus in Taurus. So they are in a way in a double whammy, right? Because Venus rules Taurus, where Uranus is, and Uranus rules Aquarius, where Venus is. Yeah. So they are in double whammy, and but at the same time, also Uranus has been in Taurus already since 2019, 2018 started even a little bit, and will be there till 2026. So that is a longer period where we experience, as we already have, we're already more than half through, a lot of disruption, right? Lots of shocks and surprises of not always a good kind when it comes to anything Taurian. So Taurus has to do with the economy, with money, and also with nature and with biology. So there has been a lot of disruption in all of the above, and they are related. So how can we also in the names of like biodigital convergence is very Uranus in Taurus, right? So how can we, with all of this, embody freedom, right? That's a big question of Uranus in Taurus. And then Venus in Aquarius comes along, squares Uranus, and asks us also how can we embody freedom, especially when it comes to relationships, and also when it comes to our relationships to society and in groups and with humanity in general, right? What's our relationship to humanity, and where's our freedom? So there's lots of questions around that, and that is also mirrored in the fact that Pluto is now in early Aquarius as well, in the first, just at the very beginning, which again has a Libra undertone, is also ruled by Venus. So now we're also in a phase where our relationship as humans to each other is really important. And also all sorts of themes around fairness, justice, stuff like that, which is again, yeah, very Libran. Now, Venus square Uranus can of course also bring all sorts of disruption in relationships, but also freedom, right? This is always the truth, which is also Moon in Sagittarius. On that day, the truth shall set you free, and freedom from old, stuck, habitual, apparent comfort traps where you just say, yeah, let's go along to get along, or just business as usual, but what can you do? So Uranus says, no, actually, something needs to come out here, or you need to come out with something. Then you have, yeah, Venus in Aquarius, so that can also relate to literally your friends, or can also be, yeah, you're talking to your friends and connecting with your friends can help you to get out of these funks. So what else is going on this week? We have on Monday the 4th also really important transit, which is in a way related to the Venus Uranus. That will be the North Node in Aries, where it's been also since last July, will be conjunct Chiron in Aries, and Chiron's been in Aries since 2019 also. So now we're having the North Node in Aries, and this is probably the highlight of the North Node in Aries phase because it comes in direct contact with Chiron. What does all that mean? Now we're dealing with the incentive of the North Node to be in Aries, to be more authentic and to be also in the now, be in the present, and not compare yourself with others, which would be the South Node in Libra, which can come out, of course, a lot in social media. People so much compare each other, themselves with each other, with others, and of course, we lose energy over that. You are unique and be truly you, says the North Node in Aries. And it comes together also with Chiron, and Chiron in Aries also calls us to bring out our medicine of authenticity. So being authentic, being bold, showing up as yourself, which I always do every Monday here. So that is the medicine that can help you to be uncensored and authentic, and also can help others, right? It can also give some a bit of a push to others to say, hey, you can do it too, right? People really show up more for themselves too, right? Also being in a way very self so trusting yourself and being a bit more offensive. No, not offensive is not right. That's a German word, translates not into offensive in English, but it's more like not taking offense, but taking initiative, right? Basically, yeah. So moving forward and going ahead with things rather than always waiting for other people to be on board or other people to give you approval, to like you about this, or like you with this. So really you do this because it's you, it's your life, and this is what matters. And also stepping into the new, that's always Aries. So that can be a sensitive thing, can be a vulnerable thing, and can bring out wounds from the past when you felt you're the only one and you have to go ahead and don't know where it's going, but you have to take first steps anyway. So all of this is about boldness, is about also innocence, right? So yeah, and so this is healing, and it's a new life. It's a new situation, right? Maybe you also came through a lot in the last while or in the last years with Chiron in Aries, and now you're in a completely new world, so to say, right? So how do you orient? How do you go forward, right? How do you start? So again, baby steps with Aries, and showing up. Authenticity always wins the day. So that's it for the Astro News of this week. What else is on? I have my offer still on. The relationship offer is now over because it ended on the 22nd, but I still have the Dragon special on until the 29th of February. So especially if you are born in the year of a dragon, every 12 years, so if you're a multiple of 12, you are likely also born in the year of the dragon. But check it out, or let me check it out. You get a significant discount, 22% of my regular rates. And even if you're not born in the year of the dragon and come now and want to check out the themes that are related to the new lunar year, and especially also to Pluto in Aquarius, bring it on and come and see me for a session. You get 11% off. Yeah, so I wish you a beautiful week here until next we meet in person or see each other online in a session, or you see me again in the next video. Take care. Bye.